This is the NWA World's Heavyweight Champion, the Overman, Exodus Pro founder, EC3. I'm here with Big T, and you're watching Beyond the Ring with Big T. Cool.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
This is the Neon Tarantino, the Ace Degenerate, Super Indy Scorsese, the best professional wrestler in the Midwest, Derek Dillinger. And you're listening to, what is it? Beyond the, what is it?
Beyond the Ring with Big T.
Beyond the Ring with Big T. And that is a wrap. Cut!
This is M-Dog20, Matt Cross. We're in Cleveland, Ohio, and you were checking out Beyond the Ring with my man,
Big T.
Thank you, man.
Big T. Hello, this is EC3 of TNA Wrestling, and you are so very fortunate because you are watching Beyond the Ring with Big T.
This is the bad boy Joey Janela, and you're watching Beyond the Ring with Big T.
Well, how is everybody doing there tonight? Welcome, guys. I'm back. Finally back after a while here to do a show. Let's see. So, it's been a while, but I've been keeping eyes, on the product when I can. And I've been seeing what's going on with the Wyatt family. And it's been some pretty good stuff, guys. Pretty good stuff. So I love what Triple H is doing there. As far as anything else, WWE's been a lot better than what it was. I mean, we've went through some very difficult times with WWE and some difficult times being WWE fans over the years. But you know what, right now, they seem to be right where they need to be. They're putting on captivating, entertaining television. Can't argue with that. So let's take a look again, guys. I'm your host, Big T, right here with all of you guys today. This is your WWE Monday Night Raw review and results for today, Monday, June 24th, 2024. And Bo Dallas talks with Uncle Howdy about his late brother, Bray Wyatt. So let's see. For those of you guys that may not remember, which I hope you guys do, don't forget to leave your likes, comment, subscribe, follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, check out my website, make sure that you guys PayPal, donate to the show. There's a PayPal link at the top of the description of this video and every single video that I do, and a PayPal button on my YouTube homepage, so everything you guys need is right there. And yeah, let's take a look at what we got for Monday Night Raw tonight. WWE Monday Night Raw for Monday, June 24, 2024 from the Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis, Indiana. You know what? Not a bad show. the show actually started off hot with Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre gets in the ring and cuts a promo, obviously, which he quit WWE last Monday night. Friday night, he shows up on SmackDown and beats the crap out of CM Punk in his hometown of Chicago. And now Drew McIntyre is here to address what he did last Friday night, so let's get into a little bit of this. Drew McIntyre gets on the microphone and says everyone was talking about him quitting WWE, but now all they're talking about is him attacking CM Punk this past Friday night on SmackDown, and throws it to a video of such. Drew then says he prayed for something like this to happen, and adds that he's done with fans chanting for Punk. Drew says that fans have spent months listening and watching what Punk has done to him, and yet they still want to see him. As Drew says anyone chanting Punk's name is dead to him, and then Drew addresses Punk directly and tells him that he hopes that he's uncomfortable and being fed through a straw because he put him there. Drew says, I didn't just take your dignity, Punk, but I took this bracelet right here, and he holds it up with Punk's wife, AJ's name, and Punk's dog's name, Larry, on it. Drew holds up the bracelet, as he says he knows how much it means to Punk, and then says he wears it when he leaves home, so he can take them with him as to not feel alone. As he says Punk is in pain and miserable because of him, and then declares that he will be entering the men's Money in the Bank ladder match as Punk lays at home. Drew says he knows what it's like to be alone, and then says, but I'm not alone anymore, Punk. Drew then puts on Punk's bracelet and says that he has Punk's family with him in his corner right now, as he promises to win the men's Money in the Bank briefcase on the same night he wins it to become the new World Heavyweight Champion. So Drew McIntyre is in Money in the Bank, folks. He's in. Will he win it? I say no. I just don't think he will. I mean, I would love to see Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship, but one thing everybody's forgetting about is Gunther has a guaranteed title match at SummerSlam. WWE booked themselves in a corner with that one, because Punk and McIntyre for the World Championship would have been awesome, but can't happen. It's got to be Gunther and Seth Rollins at SummerSlam, I think, personally, and that would be a great matchup. But Drew McIntyre's promo to, start off Monday Night Raw, absolutely unbelievable. I love it. I absolutely love what he brought to the table, and we need this feud with Punk and McIntyre to definitely keep going on the route that it's going, because it's doing amazing right now. So great way to start off the show. Next up, we see videos of the Wyatt Six making their debut last week. Then we see Chad Gable pulling up to the Gamebridge Fieldhouse flanked by security guards. Because Chad Gable wants to be protected after what happened to him last week at the hands of the Wyatts. Next up, we move on to a match with Ludwig Kaiser and Braun Breaker. Honestly, the match went a little longer than I thought. It just, I don't know, was okay. I'm not a fan of disqualification finishes, as you know. And that's what kind of took away from this match at the end. Because at the end of this match, Braun Breaker throws Ludwig Kaiser out of the ring with a belly-to-belly throw and charges at him. Kaiser sees Breaker coming and sends him crashing into the steel ring steps as Kaiser charges at Breaker, but Sheamus intercepts Kaiser to cause the disqualification. So, outside interference, match is over, disqualification finish. It's like, oh my god. That just, and why, if Braun Breaker's such a threat, let me tell you guys this. If Braun Breaker is such a threat and he's this just dominating force, why is he having problems with Ludwig Kaiser? I mean, to be honest with you, not saying that Ludwig Kaiser's a terrible wrestler, but if you want Braun Breaker to be this, this human weapon of mass destruction, he should be tearing through wrestlers like Ludwig Kaiser, in my opinion. So, I mean, that wasn't a good look, and the disqualification finish, not my thing. But after the match, Sheamus clears the announce desk. He looks to send Kaiser crashing through the announce table, but Braun Breaker then spears both men and is left standing tall. So at least Braun Breaker got the spear in on Sheamus and on Ludwig Kaiser and was made to look strong at the end of that exchange. But the match could have really done without it, to be honest with you. It wasn't terrible, but just disqualification finishes rubbed me the wrong way. Like, disqualification finishes, the only match with a disqualification finish that I personally enjoyed, and it's one of my favorite matches of all time, believe it or not. There's two of them, but the one that I really love is Eddie Guerrero and John Bradshaw Layfield from Judgment Day 2004. With Eddie Guerrero bloody, and then just the big fight ensuing, and then the disqualification finish that was amazing. The other match with the disqualification finish that was unbelievable was Mankind and Shawn Michaels from Mind Games 1996. See, matches like that, when they ended disqualification, when they're memorable matches like that, I don't have a problem with it, but just a random match with Braun Breaker and Ludwig Kaiser, just not my thing. Not my thing, guys. I think, they could have done way better, but, it was what it was. We got what we got, and that was it. Anyway, we then head backstage to the Judgment Day's lounge, where Dominic Mysterio is holding a huge plate of chicken nuggets sent to him by Liv Morgan. Dominic then receives a text from Liv Morgan, and Damian Priest warns Dominic Mysterio about what will happen when Rhea Ripley returns, and Damian Priest encourages Dominic Mysterio to end things with Liv Morgan right now. Like how they had drop the whole little Easter egg about Rhea Ripley, When she returns, Dominic, there's going to be a problem. So does this mean that Rhea Ripley is on her way back to WWE soon? I wish. I would love to see Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's Championship at SummerSlam and see Rhea Ripley get her title back at SummerSlam, but I don't know if that's going to happen. But I would love that to happen. So, next up, we see Braun Breaker demand that Adam Pearce do something about people interfering in his matches. Sami Zayn then appears and offers Braun Breaker a shot at the Intercontinental Championship at any time and any place that he wants. Braun Breaker tells Sami Zayn that he wants it at Money in the Bank in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and Adam Pearce makes it official. So now we got Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker with the Intercontinental Championship on the line at Money in the Bank. We'll see what happens. I mean, personally, I think Sami has done all that he can do with that championship. He had a great win against Gunther. He's had, great matches and a feud with Chad Gable. I think he's done everything he can do. If WWE really wants to build up Braun Breaker like they have been, I say, give the Intercontinental Championship to Braun Breaker. Give it to him. Let's see what Braun Breaker can do with it. Let's see how far he can carry it, because Braun Breaker, obviously, he's not ready for the world title just yet. That spot's going to belong to Gunther. But you know what? To warm up Braun Breaker, to get him ready for that main event scene, why not give him the Intercontinental Championship? Why not? I think it would be a great thing. Let me know what you guys think. Sound off in the comments below. Next up, we got a triple threat match. Shayna Baszler, Lyra Valkyria, and Kairi Sane in a triple threat match for Women's Money in the Bank ladder match qualifier. This was okay. I mean, the whole thing is very predictable. When you look at the women involved in this match, you can pretty much pick out the one, that's going to win. And, at the end of this match, Shayna Baszler cinches in the Kirifuda clutch on Lyra Valkyria. Valkyria then transitions into a pinfall. Kairi Sane lands an insane elbow on Shayna Baszler, and then Valkyria connects with the Nightwing on Kairi Sane for the 1-2-3 and the pin and the win. And your winner in qualifying for the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match is Lyra Valkyria. And Lyra Valkyria moving on to the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match, not surprised. Shayna Baszler, Kairi Sane. Did you really expect any of them to go to Money in the Bank? No. Lyra Valkyria had a deep run in the Queen of the Ring tournament. Nia Jax went over. They made Lyra Valkyria look strong, but you know what? This is like a little token for Lyra Valkyria. Hey, we didn't give you Queen of the Ring, but we'll give you a Money in the Bank opportunity. And they're just kind of keeping her around, in the mix to, kind of show to the audience that she is one of the women that WWE is putting trust in the women's division for her to go to the next level, so on and so forth. You guys know how it works. So Lyra Valkyria going on to the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Do I think she'll win it? No, but she'll probably have a good showing in the match herself. Going backstage now to Drew McIntyre and Adam Pearce, where Drew McIntyre asked Adam Pearce to add him to the Men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Pearce declines to do so, and Drew tells Pearce that he knows Pearce will do the right thing unless he wants to see the destruction that Drew can do to the rest of the Raw roster. So, what is Drew McIntyre going to do next, and what's he going to do to finally make Adam Pearce say, all right, Drew, you know what, you're in. You got your shot. You're in Money in the Bank. The whole thing is, if Drew's in Money in the Bank, I say that Punk screws Drew again. Unless you're going to use Drew. But see, this is the whole thing. You give Gunther the title at SummerSlam. I don't see Drew cashing in and taking the title off Gunther within a couple months, because that would do Gunther no favors. So, really, I see Punk returning at Money in the Bank only to screw over Drew McIntyre again, which I think would be kind of a little crazy, because Punk has just been screwing with Drew and screwing him out of everything. Drew finally got his first bit of revenge on Friday night, but then again, they might want to have Punk screw Drew out of just one more thing, and it's finally going to make Drew he snapped already, but it's going to make Drew really go over the deep end and snap when it comes to this whole thing with Punk. Anyway, Liv Morgan's now in the ring, and she ends up coming face to face with Zelina Vega, so let's see what happens here in this next segment. Liv says, she couldn't get Dominic's attention backstage, so she wanted to come down to the ring. And Liv's like, I hope that, Dominic, I hope you enjoyed all my gifts. And she then says that she knows what Dominic really wants. So, Liv tells Dominic, that Rhea Ripley has never gotten him any gifts and doesn't care about him. So Liv calls Dominic out to the ring to thank her for the gifts and to give him another gift. I'm like, oh my god, Next thing you know, Zelina Vega, she comes out. And Zelina says, hey, I have a gift for the fans. And that's making you quiet, Liv. Zelina then says, she doesn't know why Liv is chasing Dominic. And then she says that she forgot about the women's champion, the women's world championship. And Zelina says, Liv, I'm coming for it. So Liv tells Zelina, you know what? I haven't forgotten about, the title. As she gloats about taking out Rhea Ripley and then Becky Lynch, but Zelina Vega tells, Liv she's too worried about having fun. As she says, her wife will always trump Morgan's pursuit of Dominic, and then challenges her to a women's world championship match tonight as Liv Morgan tells Zelina Vega, I'm really busy, and calls Dominic out to the ring again. So Dominic's music finally hits. Out comes Dominic. Liv asks Dominic if he liked the gifts that she got him, and Dominic says while he got the gifts, he did not like them. Liv says she knows Dominic liked the text that she sent, and Zelina asks what's going on. Zelina asks if Liv was too afraid to fight, as she didn't have to bring her man out to the ring. Dominic's like, whoa, I'm not her man. And then Dominic tells Zelina, that if she wants to go after Liv's title, then Dominic's like, Zelina, I want to help you. Because I want anyone else to hold this women's title except for Liv. So Dominic tells Zelina that he knows, that she's had her differences with Rhea Ripley, but Dominic's like, I really want the title on anybody but Liv Morgan, so I will help you here. So Zelina tells Dominic, you know what? I don't need your help. Liv then attacks Zelina from behind. Both women begin brawling. Rey Mysterio shows up to pull Liv off of Zelina, but Dominic then shoves Rey right on his ass and leaves the ring, and then Liv Morgan starts chasing after Dominic Mysterio again, and that was that. I mean, this has to be going to Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley. I wish it would be at SummerSlam. I wish Rhea Ripley could get back. That's one thing that I am hoping for. But, who knows what's going to happen. What's up, Darth? How you doing, man? Good to see you here. And, definitely enjoying the summer. And thank you for hashtag Justice for Pretty. Don't forget to donate to the show, too, Darth. You guys donate to the show. It definitely helps things out, and it'll keep the show running more. I'll tell you guys that. 4th of July is coming soon, that's for sure. That is for sure. So welcome. But, we see, then we go to the backstage area. We see Liv Morgan chasing after Dominic Mysterio. Dominic is just storming off. Liv then runs into R-Truth. Liv asks R-Truth to, make a WWE World Tag Team Championship match between him and The Miz defending against the Judgment Day, and to make the match official. And the Judgment Day members they would defend against would be Finn Balor and JD McDonough. When the Truth is like, alright, I'll go and find Adam Pearce and see if I can make this official. The Miz was doing commentary tonight in place of Pat McAfee. But The Miz got up from commentary and he ran off from the announce desk, looking to make sure that Truth does not request a title defense tonight. I mean, Miz was freaking out. And, rightfully so. He's like, oh, God, I'm here to do commentary tonight. The last thing I need is to get drug into the ring to defend my tag titles on a night I'm not even supposed to be wrestling. But anyway, Braun Strowman made his way out to the ring. Bronson Reed and Chad Gable make their way down next. We got Chad Gable, Braun Strowman, and Bronson Reed in a triple threat men's Money in the Bank ladder match. This match was good. I enjoyed it. I did. Anyway. At this point, Gable ended up landing a German suplex onto Bronson Reed, really showing off his strength, the Chaos Theory, but then Reed kicked out, and I was like, man, that was an impressive show of strength by Gable, though. And then Judgment Day minus Damian Priest. They attack Braun Strowman down on the ramp and they beat him down. Back in the ring, Bronson Reed's down. Gable gets up on the top rope and delivers a moonsault off the top. It's a big Bronson Reed for the 1-2-3 and the pin and the win. So your winner is indeed Chad Gable, and Chad Gable now qualifies for the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Chad Gable wins, but honestly, Chad Gable's win and his happiness doesn't really last for long. Because right at this point now, Chad Gable really, he gets a scare. He gets a very unwelcome scare. After Gable's win, the lights go out. Smoke surrounds the ring. Shattered. Bray Wyatt's music, just the beginning note with the single piano note hitting over and over again. That part of the music begins playing and it just stays playing. Nikki Cross, who's playing the role of Sister Abigail, crawls into the ring. She was under the ring. She crawls out from under the ring, crawls into the ring, makes her way towards Gable. Gable turns around and finally sees her, and Gable just gets totally freaked out. He slides out of the ring, and then Nikki Cross slides out of the ring, but she doesn't go after Chad Gable. Because when Chad Gable slid out of the ring, Nikki Cross turned around and she turned her attention to the announce desk. Okay? Nikki Cross crawls over to the announce table where Michael Cole is, stands in front of him. And, she has a box in her hand. She grabbed a box and she has a box in her hand. And she places it on the announce desk in front of Michael Cole and where Pat McAfee would be. And Nikki Cross just walks away. She walks off through the crowd. She goes through one of the, one of the sections in the crowd area. And then we fade to black and go to commercial. Now at this point, Michael Cole, when they come back from commercial, Michael Cole reveals that the box that Nikki Cross gave him was addressed to Pat McAfee. Obviously, Pat McAfee isn't there, so Michael Cole opens up the box to reveal a VHS tape with the words "Play Me" written on it. Michael Cole's like, for you kids out there, if you know what this is a VHS tape if you haven't seen one before. Michael Cole then gives the VHS tape to someone to take to the production truck to play. He's saying, hopefully, we have a VHS player, that the production truck could put it in and play and we can see what's on this tape. So it's also looking like Pat McAfee is going to be intertwined and involved in a storyline here with the Wyatt Six, with this whole Wyatt family thing. How that's going to go, I really don't know, but I guess we'll see. We'll see going forward. But anyway, that was a great segment. I enjoyed that. I thought it was really good. I'm loving the Wyatt family stuff. I would like more of an answer as to what their mission statement is. Why are they here? Who are they coming after? What is their whole point? I hope that we see more of that and that they don't turn this into months of cryptic stuff before we finally get to the meat of the story, because then you're going to have people lose interest. The iron is hot right now. They got to strike. They got to give the Wyatt Six a reason as to why they're here. Who are they targeting? Because you want a good feud set up by SummerSlam at least. That's when I want to see the Wyatt Six finally get in the ring and do some wrestling action. I want them to make their debut at SummerSlam. And I want them doing something big. So hopefully we'll get something out of this, but I'm excited, to see where they're going to go. This was a great segment. Anyway. We then head backstage to Alpha Academy, where Chad Gable admits he made a mistake, and tells Otis, Maxine Dupree, and Akira Tozawa that he was wrong. Gable apologizes and calls them a family, but Otis tells Gable, anyone who hurts Maxine Dupree and Akira Tozawa is not family. And Otis says we're done, and he just storms back in the locker room, slams the door, but Maxine Dupree comes back out. Maxine Dupree tells Chad Gable, what, you really hurt Otis, and Otis just needs some time. Let me go talk to him. I'll see what I can do, to kind of change their mind and get everybody back together. Well, meanwhile, she goes back in. Then you got the Creed brothers, Brutus and Julius Creed. Julius and Brutus Creed and Ivy Nile, they approach Chad Gable to ask him if he's alright, and Gable says, I need help. And are we finally going to get the Alpha Academy with Gable and the Creed brothers like we have all suspected for a while, and what we really want to see? It's possible. We might get that. Kinda hope we do. And then when Otis and Tozawa and, Maxine Dupree, when they say, they want to be with Gable again, Gable will say, hey, I gave you guys a chance. You left me standing outside the locker room door. And you know what? The Creed brothers came here and they helped me out. And you guys are just too late. Simple as that. They could do a simple storyline like that. And you know what? It's something that'll it'll definitely garner some interest. Let me tell you. So that was a good segment in the back. Let's see. Back at ringside here. What do we got? Back at ringside, Alba Fire, Isla Dawn, WWE Women's Tag Champions make their way out. Kaden Carter and Katana Chance follow. This is a non-title match, I believe, because I didn't see anything with the women's tag titles on the line, so I believe this is just a match. Alba Fire and Isla Dawn against Kaden Carter, Katana Chance, non-title. And honestly, this was nothing good. I mean, this was just a waste of time. In the end, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, they deliver the Glory Bomb, Russian Leg Sweep combination for the 1-2-3 and the pin and the win on against Kaden Carter and Katana Chance. So your winners are Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. Whatever. Waste of time to me. That was garbage. Could have definitely gone without it. After the match, Damage Control, Io Sky, Kairi Sane, and Dakota Kai, they appear and they attack Alba Fire and Isla Dawn and Kaden Carter and Katana Chance. Io Sky delivers the over the moonsault to both Isla Dawn and Alba Fire. Who cares? Io Sky and Kairi Sane getting a WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match against Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. Honestly, I could care less. I really could. I could care less. This whole thing, this was the worst thing on the show tonight. This women's segment, it was the worst. Could have completely went without it. It was garbage, in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. We then head backstage to the Judgment Day's lounge where Damian Priest enters as Liv Morgan leaves. Damian Priest then goes inside and finds Finn Balor just sitting there inside, and Finn Balor assures Damian Priest that nothing sketchy happened. Finn Balor then informs Damian Priest that Liv Morgan managed to get him and JD McDonough a WWE World Tag Team Championship match against The Miz and R-Truth for later tonight. And, Finn Balor was in there playing WWE 2K24 on the PS5 that Liv Morgan also gifted Dominic Mysterio with, too. So Finn Balor was getting in on the action, benefiting from the gifts that Liv Morgan gave Dominic Mysterio, and it was what it was. But now Damian Priest, he makes his way down to the ring, and we're going to hear from Damian Priest. Priest says he understands why Seth freaking Rollins said he sees himself in him during a video that played earlier tonight, given the similarities they share. Priest says he sees someone he doesn't want to become in Seth Rollins, and says, well, Seth is great, As long as Priest is World Heavyweight Champion, Seth will never see the mountaintop again. Seth's music then hits. Seth makes his way down to the ring and welcomes fans to Monday Night Rollins. Seth then asks Priest if he wants to run his mouth about him. As Seth clarifies Priest's statement about him, never climbing the mountaintop again, and says the problem is that he doesn't believe him, as he says he thinks Priest's confidence isn't real, and says no one buys him as the mountaintop because his actions don't line up with his words. As he says Priest says all the right things, such as saying he doesn't need help defending his title, but both his title defenses have proven otherwise with people helping him retain his title. So Seth is calling out Damian Priest right away. Now Priest says he sees where Seth Rollins is coming from, but Priest is like, hey, I never asked anyone to interfere in my title defenses. As Priest says, I can't change what happened, but Priest says I can stand facing you, Seth, in the present. And Priest then says he sees the past when he looks for Seth. And Seth says he does not appreciate being one-upped. As Seth says Priest one-upped him last week by offering him a title shot and challenging him. Seth says he came out here tonight to one-up Damian Priest tonight. Seth says we don't need Adam Pearce involved. We don't need no contracts involved. How about just a verbal agreement, a gentleman's agreement, so to speak, if you will. Seth says he will never challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship as long as Priest holds the title. But if Damian Priest loses the title, then Damian Priest must leave the Judgment Day. Damian Priest was hesitant at first, but Damian Priest says he likes the proposal and says, you know what? The Judgment Day need me a lot more than I need the Judgment Day. I accept. So Damian Priest accepts Seth Rollins' proposal, and both men shake hands. But that doesn't end here. Gunther's music hits. Gunther makes his way down to the ring. Gunther says he fully understands that there is a lot on the line for both Damian Priest and Seth freaking Rollins at Money in the Bank. And then he wishes them both the best of luck and tells them that he will be waiting for whoever holds the World Heavyweight title at SummerSlam. So Gunther finally laying down his claim to be, having a world title shot at SummerSlam, something that we have not seen Gunther even address since King of the Ring. We haven't seen Gunther on television in a month since King of the Ring. So, what's on the VHS tape from the Wyatt 6, you ask? Michael Cole. He then says that the production truck has tracked down a VHS tape to play what Nikki Cross left for Pat McAfee earlier tonight. On the tape, Uncle Howdy asks someone if he's happy and feels as though he's been forgotten about, as he asks if he's forgotten who he is, and we head over to see Bo Dallas. Bo Dallas says he is no one, and Uncle Howdy asks Bo how he felt when his brother Bray Wyatt passed away. Bo Dallas says it felt like the most important thing in his life was taken away from him, and nothing would ever matter again. Uncle Howdy asks Bo Dallas if he's exploiting Bray Wyatt's legacy, and Bo Dallas says all he wanted all his life was to be like his brother Bray Wyatt. Bo Dallas is like, I looked up to him and wanted to be just like him. And Bo says he worked his entire life and career to be just like his brother Bray Wyatt. And Bo says the two of them were going to rule the WWE together. And Bo says it was all taken away from me. And Bo says not one person on earth feels like what he feels. And Bo says everyone wanted to forget about him and forget about his brother Bray Wyatt, but the Wyatt Six made all of them remember. Uncle Howdy then leads up to Bo Dallas and agrees and says, "Oh yes, yes we did. We made them remember." So, Bo Dallas obviously was playing two parts because we know Bo Dallas plays the role of Uncle Howdy as well. That's a given. So, this was really cool. I loved it. I can't wait to see, going forward, what is going to happen with the Wyatt Six. From what Bo Dallas is saying straight from the kick, it seems like, they're just here. Their mission statement is to honor Bo Dallas's late brother Bray Wyatt, honor his memory. But we'll see what else is going to come along with that mission statement as far as taking over the WWE. I'm interested to see where this is going to go. Anyway, next up, Kofi Kingston and Karrion Kross head down to the ring. So we got Karrion Kross versus Kofi Kingston in a singles match. Was what it was. Kofi becomes distracted when a video plays of the Authors of Pain attacking Xavier Woods, in the back, as Paul Ellering stands by on the Titantron as Karrion Kross takes advantage of Kofi Kingston being distracted and delivers the final prayer to Kofi Kingston for the 1-2-3 and the pin and the win. This is okay. Nothing really special, though, if you want me to be straight up honest with you. It just was what it was. And we'll see what's going to happen going forward with this. But it looks like we got a final testament and New Day battle. I don't know how I really feel about it. It's whatever. We see a video recapping Jacob Fatu's WWE debut this past Friday on SmackDown. And we go back at ringside. Finn Balor and JD McDonough make their way down to the ring. And the Awesome Truth follows. And right here, guys, this is what we got. It is time for the main event of the evening on WWE Monday Night Raw. Tonight, we got a match for the WWE World Tag Team Championships. We got the WWE World Tag Team Champions, The Awesome Truth, The Miz and R-Truth, defending their WWE World Tag Team Championships against the Judgment Day, consisting of Finn Balor and JD McDonough. The bell rings and McDonough goes straight after Truth. He fires off some kicks on him before Balor tags in. Truth levels Balor and tags in the Miz. Miz and Truth deliver a double back elbow and a double elbow drop to Balor, and then deliver a double hip toss to McDonough and a double flapjack to Balor. They clothesline McDonough out of the ring as Liv Morgan marches down to the ring and looks at Finn Balor. So Liv Morgan's already out there. We go to commercial, come back from the commercial break. McDonough tags in and flies off the ropes as Balor tags in and delivers a right hand to Truth's midsection, but Truth lands a kick on him as both men level one another before Miz tags in and delivers a clothesline in the corner to McDonough. Dominic Mysterio and Carlito appear at ringside, and Miz sends Carlito crashing over the announce desk as he delivers a crossbody to McDonough from the ring apron and then delivers a double DDT to McDonough and Balor. He then pins McDonough, but McDonough kicks out. Dominic hops up in the apron and McDonough tries to taking advantage as the Miz kicks out and lands the skull-crushing finale and then goes for a pin. Carlito puts McDonough's foot on the bottom rope up to break up the pinfall, but Strowman chases him from ringside. And Balor and Truth then tag in, and Truth delivers a pair of shoulder tackles to Balor as he sets up for the 5-knuckle shuffle, which Truth hits the 10-knuckle shuffle. 1 5-knuckle for Balor, 1 5-knuckle for JD, but at the same time, so it was really a 10-knuckle shuffle. But Balor sees him coming. Truth then locks in the STF on Balor, but McDonough breaks up the hold as he intercepts the Miz with a dropkick, but Truth levels him as Balor rolls up Truth. But Truth kicks out and sends Balor crashing into the mat as he then delivers a 10-knuckle shuffle. Oh, so the first one was a 5-knuckle shuffle because Balor saw him coming. But then we get the 10-knuckle shuffle to McDonough and Balor, so there was another spot in the match. I apologize for that. Liv Morgan, after the 10-knuckle shuffle, Liv Morgan hops up on the ring apron and hugs R-Truth, but then surprises him with the Oblivion over the top rope. Using the top rope as Balor takes advantage and drop kicks Truth into the corner and then follows it up, the shotgun drop kick in the corner, and then Balor goes up top, hits the coup de grace on Truth for the 1-2-3 and the pin and the win and the titles, and your winners and the brand new WWE World Tag Team Champions are indeed Finn Balor and JD McDonough of the Judgment Day. And makes me think, is The Miz going to turn heel on R-Truth and blame R-Truth for why they're not the World Tag Team Champions anymore? This could be the end of Awesome Truth here. They'll probably get a rematch, lose again. Miz will snap on R-Truth, turn heel, and then they'll have a feud, and then Miz will be full-fledged heel again, and then God knows where we go from here and what that's going to mean for R-Truth. I don't know. But that was it for WWE Monday Night Raw tonight, folks. That was a good main event of the evening. But I do have some news on Rhea Ripley, as we were talking about her in Judgment Day. Got a backstage update on what to expect from Rhea Ripley's WWE return. With Rhea Ripley still out recovering from a shoulder injury, the opportunity has presented itself for Liv Morgan herself, taken out of action by Rhea Ripley for several months in 2023 to start encroaching on Rhea Ripley's turf. It began with Liv Morgan capturing Rhea Ripley's former Women's World Championship, the WWE Women's World Championship, and has continued with Liv Morgan's attempts to seduce Rhea Ripley's Judgment Day comrade Dominic Mysterio. Such developments have led to fans hoping that Rhea Ripley could be returning sooner than later to recapture what is hers. As of now, though, it appears that the WWE is approaching a Rhea Ripley return this summer with cautious optimism. Fightful Select reports that internally the hope is that Rhea Ripley could be back before SummerSlam on August 3rd in Cleveland, Ohio, and that the WWE has made it so Rhea Ripley can slide back onto WWE programming at any time, even if it is in a non-wrestling capacity, while the presumption is that Rhea Ripley would return and immediately reignite her feud over the Women's World Championship and Dominic Mysterio. That may not necessarily be the case. Instead, those within WWE have indicated that the story available at the time of her return will dictate Rhea Ripley's on-screen direction. It was also noted that many creative decisions had been made in Rhea Ripley's regard over the last several months, even with her absence. As she continues to try and work her way back to the ring, Rhea Ripley is also taking time to head back to her native Australia with her fiancé, AEW's Buddy Matthews, known as Buddy Murphy in WWE when he was there. The duo are set to return home for a family event, which was revealed after Matthews was written off of AEW TV last week, following a backstage attack by Christian Cage, Killswitch, who's Luchasaurus, and Nick Wayne, which they are the patriarchy. But yeah, so Rhea Ripley, we'll see what happens, but she's due to slide back in to WWE programming at any time, but nobody's really sure as of when. She's just going to slide on back in. So we'll just have to wait and see, folks. But yeah, that's it for WWE Monday Night Raw tonight. As far as a rating for the show, I will say WWE Monday Night Raw on a scale of 1 to 10. I mean, the women's match wasn't good, that women's tag match. And Kofi Kingston, Karrion Kross is kind of Everything else on the show, though, I gotta say, was pretty decent. It was good. I enjoyed it. So I will give WWE Monday Night Raw a straight up 8 out of 10. Right there. 8 out of 10. Not bad. Not bad at all. 8 out of 10. And, good show. Good show, but a couple things, could have been different. But it was a good show in all. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I did. And there you go, guys. So, feels good to come on and see you guys again. I'll see what happens when I'll be back. But, yeah, guys, so hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget to leave your likes, comments, subscribe, donate to the show on PayPal. It would keep the show going. Let's get those donations going. But anyway, guys, yeah, that'll do it for me right here on this episode of Beyond the Ring with Big T right here tonight. And I will see you guys next time. And yes, there will be a next time for me right here on Beyond the Ring with Big T. That'll be, we'll see when the next time is. But I'm definitely keeping eyes on the products so I know what's going on, just so you guys know. Whether I watch a show or whether I watch, some highlights at some point or another, I'm keeping in the know here. So, but don't forget us and we won't forget you. And you guys know it, of course, if you want the best, and yes, I do mean the absolute best, for all of your professional wrestling needs, right here on the internet and right here on YouTube.com. Today, always remember to think Beyond the Ring with Big T. And, I also got some, taste test on some spicy products, that I plan on doing. That'll be fun for you guys. So, maybe that'll be the next thing I'll do. You never know what you'll see here. But, hope you guys have a great 4th of July, because 4th of July is coming up. And then, you guys know I'll see all of you somewhere down the line. But, WWE is definitely looking better with what they're doing. Since Triple H has really taken over the reins of creative, it's gotten better, I must say. But yeah, good stuff. And of course, everybody, as always remember, never forget that I'm your host, Big T, and I will see all of you at the matches, and I'll see all of you sometime in the future. So, leave your likes, comments, subscribe, and donate. I'm your host, Big T. I'll see all of you at the matches, and take care, everybody. I love you all, and of course, good night, everybody. Ha 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 ha.
This is the NWA World's Heavyweight Champion, the Overman, Exodus Pro founder, EC3. I'm here with Big T, and you're watching Beyond the Ring with Big T.
Cool. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
This is the Neon Tarantino, the Ace Degenerate, Super Indy Scorsese, the best professional wrestler in the Midwest, Derek Dillinger, and you're listening to, what is it? Beyond the, what is it?
Beyond the Ring with Big T.
Beyond the Ring with Big T. And that is a wrap. Cut!
This is M-Dog20, Matt Cross. We're in Cleveland, Ohio, and you were checking out Beyond the Ring with my man, Big T. Thank you, man.
Big T! Hello, this is EC3 of TNA Wrestling, and you are so very fortunate because you are watching Beyond the Ring with Big T.
This is the bad boy, Joey Janela, and you're watching Beyond the Ring.